friends, it's Kara with Kinsley's Creative Palette, and I am coming live today to work on our back to school truck, but I also had an announcement to make. We open the virtual paint party back up to new members next month, and I thought what better way to do that than number one, give my current members something a little bit extra, and to do a couple of projects so that you can kind of get an idea of what it's like to be in the membership. So we are going to do two $10 workshops, but what is super cool about these, hello Miss Penny, what's super cool about these is they're the same cutout, it'll just be reversible. So you can paint along with us, and we're going to do a Halloween truck, and then we're also going to do a fall truck. So I just wanted to let you know these will be releasing soon on the website. Don't go buy them yet because if you want the workshop, they're going to be $10 each, and you can purchase one or both, whatever you want to do, but you'll get access to paint along with me with the videos. That won't be something I do live. So anyway, those are coming. Those are going to be $10 workshops, but if you're a current member, please do not purchase because you get those for free in your members area. But I'm really excited. So we have those two projects going into September when we open the doors and welcome new people. And I wanted to show y'all what we've been doing in there. So this month, everybody got this little, oh, thank you, Beth. Good morning, friends. Everybody got a little wooden ornament. And so we did a lettering workshop where we painted both sides of it. I did mine different just to give people ideas, but you can do it the same. Good morning, Wendy. So anyway, we did that, and we also painted this month. So anyway, I just wanted to show y'all what all we have been up to. And now let's get to the project at hand. So what we're doing today is we are working on a truck. So I know I have all kinds of trucks right here, but this one is the school supply truck. And the school supply truck comes in different sizes, but I'm gonna have to kind of reassemble my template because, yes, thank you so much for sprinkling. Please, friends, if you would like to sprinkle the video, I would love it. This is what I'm giving away for anyone who sprinkles this month will be entered to win a mini truck. This would be really cute on a wreath if you wanted to hang it in your kitchen. So this I am going to be giving away the first week in September to anyone. I will be drawing from anyone who sprinkles. Okay, so this school supply truck, I already had some trucks cut, and so the one that I assembled was bigger than the trucks that I had cut, so I actually made a smaller one. And if there's anybody out there that needs the smaller one and you've already purchased the larger, just send me an email with your purchase information, like your receipt, and I will get that revised copy out to you. So I'm just going to quickly put this together so I can trace it on. And I may not trace all the details. I may just kind of freehand, but yes, so Amy Lynn, she won our giveaway last month and she has already painted it. I just saw your picture come through a few minutes ago. So that was so awesome. Thank you for sharing. And Amy, I don't think you can do it while we're live, but if you wanted to show the group what you painted, you're welcome to show us whenever. I think once the live is over, you'll be able to add comments. Okay, so I've got my template assembled. I have my truck. Friends, if you order a blank from me and it's a specific, like if it's like the school supply truck or one of those, it comes etched. But if you buy just a regular truck, it's gonna come just with the basic lines etched and you can add your details. But what's so awesome is, let's say you buy the school supply truck, you can flip it over and use one of the other templates and paint the other side of the truck. So I'm just gonna kind of line this up. This might not line up exactly but it's gonna be pretty close. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna tuck this around, like that. And then I'm gonna slip some graphite paper under there and we're gonna trace it. So when y'all jump on, make sure you say hi and sprinkle so your friends can see all the fun stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna slip that under there. All right, so now I'm gonna use my pencil. Good morning, Miss Kathy. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of draw this out. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want the general idea. Oh, I think that's gonna be up too high. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think I might have moved that up too high when I started. I'm gonna have to tape it. You know why? Because it keeps moving on me. If I would have cut this with my jigsaw, I would have drawn the lines on before I cut it, because that makes it a little bit easier. But if you order a blank, or if you want to paint the other side, you can totally do that. It's just a little bit more challenging. So let me cut this down so I can get a better idea of exactly where my edges are, and then I can tape it on. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line it up here. Okay, that should work. And then I'm going to tape it down here. So I'm just going to put tape in one spot, and then I'll put this back under. Okay, now let's do this. When y'all jump on, make sure you sprinkle and get entered to win. The mini truck that's behind me. Good morning, Angela. Oh, Teresa, thank you. I'm kind of feeling like it has a life of its own lately, but I'm trying to embrace it because I really want to grow it out. Well, not really grow it out anymore, but like wear it a little bit longer. So I appreciate that, because honestly, like, I get dressed in the morning and I'm like, ooh, Carrie, you look a hot mess. Isn't it funny and sad how much more critical we are of ourselves? It's frustrating. All right, so if you are just joining us, we are doing, this is our painting of the month. It will be, this is the second part in the 3-part series, and if you missed the first week, that's okay. I showed you how to assemble your template, so you can go back and watch from last week. And then this week, I'm tracing this stuff on. If I had cut my door hanger from the template, I would have drawn it on beforehand. But since I am using a cutout that I already had, and I'm using the back, I just taped the template on here, and I'm putting all my lines on. So if you just joined me, that's where we're at. And there's a lot of detail to this one. I wanted it to be super fun and have all of the fun school supplies, but make it super easy. Jamie says she's recouping. Girl, I hope you feel better. The back of my purple truck. Yes, Kimberly, that's exactly what I would do. So if you need a smaller, we are editing that template to add the smaller, and if you need that, just let us know and we'll get that file over to you. But the trucks that I had already cut were smaller than the template that I put together last week, which is why I decided to draw it on. Now, I'm not going to draw this bottom detail, even though I probably should. Oh, you know what? My paper wasn't over here. Let me come over here. I probably should, but I'm going to use a ruler when I do that part. So let me go back over this. I'm also realizing that I forgot to turn my phone on silent. Well, on Do Not Disturb before I went live. So I'm hoping that no one calls and interrupts our painting party this morning. Okay. Now, this is going to be a little bit rough, but there is my traced design on the top. I'm going to leave this paper sitting next to me so that I can kind of see it. And then, I also, y'all give me just a minute. I'm going to grab my iPad real quick. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. So I wanted to, you're so welcome. I'm so glad y'all are on this morning. So I'm gonna pull up, y'all can see my Amazon shop history because man, I was shopping this morning. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the picture of the truck, and here's why. So when I designed the school supply truck, when I did it in Procreate, I really played with the colors and I got it exactly how I wanted it. Now you can change it, you can totally change it, but I was really happy with the different pops of color. So I want to use those same colors. So I'm going to pull up my actual truck and I'm going to set it right here. Yes, Mary, okay, Carolyn wants to know what kind of pencil. You can use whatever, you can use a pen, whatever you want, since it's not really transferring, but I just use a colored pencil that I have in my caddy over here. Mary, so as I release those 2 workshops, one in August and one in September, being a member, you get them for free, so they will end up in the members vault. So as soon as those are ready and we get going, I will get those into the members vault. I need to get both videos recorded. So that's where I'm at. All right, I'm gonna start painting, and I need to put my apron on. Let me grab it. Because I don't want to mess up my Tacos in Texas shirt. Like, that would be a tragedy. So let me just put my apron on and grab some paint. Okay, so the base of my truck, or the back of it, is going to be a bright turquoise. You can do whatever color you want, but I chose that because I was going to highlight in all primary colors, and that bright turquoise just looked really pretty. So I may have to do some mixing here because I've got like 6 million turquoise type colors on my table. Let me move this up. And I'm gonna kind of lean toward, I think I'm gonna lean toward these two. So let me put that one to the side. Okay, so friends, use what you have. You know that I'm a fan of just use what you have and get creative. Don't stress about brands or any of that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this turquoise paint in here. And then I'm gonna mix, because this is out. If you wanna know, this is Caribbean by Apple Barrel. And then this one is Surf Blue by Craft Essentials. So I'm gonna mix these two together. Okay. And I'm gonna dip a pretty big brush. So let me get this one. This one seems to be my go-to right now. Now, if I was base coating the entire thing, I would go with one of these brushes. But since I am just going to be doing the outline and some of that other stuff, I'm just gonna go with this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna start putting paint on. Now friends, when we paint, we want thin coats of paint. And depending on the type of wood, I don't wanna go that far. Let's see, go out right here. Depending on the type of wood that you use, whether you use MDF or tri-ply. It will depend on how many coats it takes and how well your paint takes to your canvas or to your board. So don't fret if you start painting and you need an additional coat or something like that. All right. So if I had drawn all my lines on, this would probably make more sense to you, but since I didn't draw them all, I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so I'm just painting the outside of the truck. And in case, Angela, that is not true. Please don't say that about my friend. Please don't say that about my friend. I am a firm believer in anybody can do this. I started, I guess it's been almost 4 years ago now, and girl, I had never picked up a paintbrush before, but I realized how therapeutic it was and how I needed some type of creative outlet in my life. And friend, it changed my life. And I don't say that like finding religion changes your life. I say that like it gave me a new outlet. And honestly, friends, like everybody needs, whether you think you do or not, like everybody needs a creative outlet. Teresa, are you talking the virtual paint party or the in-person classes? Yay, Cindy, look at you. It is so relaxing. And it really takes, like, if you're not live painting, if I'm just sitting here painting by myself, I get so into what I'm doing and focused that, like, all the things I'm stressed out about, just like, they're gone. So I would just encourage you, if you are, gosh, it doesn't even matter like what your life looks like today. You probably could use a little bit of relaxation. And I would love to help you get that through painting. Okay, so I think that's all I need to paint blue. I know it looks a little bit weird. Okay, so Teresa, good question. So right now, because of Corona, I'm not doing in-person events, but I do have a virtual paint party where I have a group of ladies that I do a new project every month, and they get access to that template and project, or the wooden cutout if they want that part of it. And then they paint along with me. It's a private group. We laugh together. We share scripture together. We do other projects together, and that is opening back up in September, and I don't have that date in front of me. Do I sell the paints? If I have any sets of paints next door, I would be happy to sell them, but I'm not sure if I have any in stock right now. I have like a starter set of paints that, oh, this was supposed to be yellow. Oh well. You know what? Honestly, gray is a good base coat for yellow, so we're just gonna roll with it. All right, but if I have them, I can sell them to you. You can just private message me, and I can check my stock when I go to the studio. But Teresa, we would love to have you join us. How do we get into that group? So Teresa, keep watching. Here's what I want. So Teresa and Christine, go to my website when this is over and sign up for the lettering workshop. It gives you lots of good stuff, but what happens is when you sign up for that free workshop, it puts you into a series of emails that you're gonna get that are gonna just give you a lot of great painting advice and walk you through kind of, you know, what we do and how we do it and all of that. And so that's where I would start. And by doing that, you'll kind of get, I don't know, get a feel for an easier way to do things and kind of my style. And You will also, at that point, if you're signed up for that, you'll be on my email list so that you can get the email letting you know when we open. So anyone who's on that list will get an email letting you know when we open the virtual paint party for new members, and that way you don't miss anything. And I will tell y'all, it starts in September, but anyone who's a current member gets those 2 workshops that we're gonna do. They're $10 each for the public. They get those 2 workshops for free. So it's like a $20 bonus. All right, so I'm just getting this gray background. Gray is what I did behind the school supplies instead of light blue, since my truck was this turquoisey blue. So I'm just filling in this gray. Now, I really need to size down my paintbrush, but at this point, I'm just making do. Friends, when I base coat, I don't get really specific because I know I'm gonna go back and put another coat on. And if you're watching right now, you are catching part 2 in this series. Part 1 is posted on the page in the video section. I'm gonna look right here. That's blue. If y'all, I'm looking at my screen up here, so if you're like, what is she staring at? I'm looking at the colors so I can see like where to paint all the different colors. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some black while I'm here, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint my wheels. Thank you, Mary. Do you know, friends, Mary left me for a little while and came back. And the day that she messaged me and said she was coming back, I was like, oh my gosh, I've missed you. So please know that, like, we all kind of become friends. All right, so if you watched what I just did, I did not wash my brush. I went straight into my black with gray still on my brush. And what I love about it is it's not like a stark black. It kind of has some gray striations. Is that what you would say in there? So I'm just gonna put the black on here. Now, I will tell you, with the black, you probably won't need a second coat. So make sure you get your first coat on well. And then you won't have to paint another coat of that. All right, so my wheels are done. Now I'm gonna go into my white and yellow. Okay, friends, if you missed a few weeks ago, so I try to go live every Thursday and do Creative Tip Thursday. And I highlight all different kinds of tips, things that have helped me either organize my craft space, maybe mental blocks that I've gotten past, whatever. Well, a few weeks ago, I did a live on base coating and what colors work well under colors that are hard to paint over. Yellow is one of those colors that's very hard to paint over. I'm gonna slap another quick coat of this blue on while I talk. So when I paint yellow, I either mix white with it or I can base coat with gray. Well, this part is gonna be yellow and I accidentally put gray on it. So that works out perfect. But, so just so you know, if you mess up, it's just paint, blow dry it and paint over it. You never wanna put wet on wet because it's going to mix it instead of adding a second layer. Just working my way around, putting a second coat on. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you, babe. I hope you're doing well. Y'all don't forget when you jump on to sprinkle the video so that you can be entered to win the truck cutout. It's a mini truck that you can paint however you want to. And I will be giving it away the first week in September. All right. So if y'all are watching and you're like, what the heck is she doing? There's like a little bit here and a little bit here. We are painting the school supply truck, which the template is half off this month for the entire month of August. Friends, this would make an adorable teacher gift. Or for those of you who are doing school, a really cute backdrop for your back to school pictures. And hear me say this, if you've already gone back to school and you didn't take pictures, that's okay. Friends, I am guilty of like slapping my kiddos in front of the door and saying, okay, let's take our first day of school pictures when it's not the first day of school. I mean, as long as you get some pictures, at the end of the day, they're not going to remember that it wasn't the first day of school. They looked super cute. Like, it doesn't matter. So let's, you know, embrace our messiness and our mistakes. All right, so I'm going to go straight into my yellow here. Now, this is it's just yellow. It's apple barrel. And I'm going to start putting this on. This is almost like a school bus yellow. I want to put some white in here with it. Where's my white? I'm probably looking at it. Oh, there it is. I'm going to add a little bit of white. Penny, are you really working on your craft room? And you're so sweet. You are so sweet. Yes, don't be stressed. Just enjoy it. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. So Kimberly just said that her picture of her kids back to school is them laying in a bed with a laptop. Like, I get it. I'm saying that's not what mine are going to be doing this year, but I'm also not holding my breath that they're going to be here every day. So I have them signed up to go back to in-person school, but if that doesn't happen, friends, you know what we're going to do? We will shift gears and we will make the best of it. So I might have kids on my Tuesday and Thursday lives this school year. All right. Remember, thin coats. Even it out. You don't want globs of paint. Now, one thing I will tell you is when two colors are coming together and you want to get good crisp lines, there's two things you can do. One of them is you can load your brush and go slow. So I put quite a bit of paint on my brush. And then you can kind of drag. Just drag your brush slowly until it runs out of paint. You might have to flip it over, do the other side. The other thing that you can do, is use Posca pens to do your outlining, which I'm going to do that on this. So where my lines may not be perfect, right? Where my lines might not be perfect, I can clean those up when I come back with my paint marker. Friends, if you don't have a paint marker, a Posca especially, I would highly recommend that you get one. All right, what am I doing next? I think I'm going to try to paint, I'm going to put some yellow on here. So if you can't see me, I'm adding some yellow to these crayon and colored pencil boxes because they are, I did them like the Crayola brand, so they need to be yellow. Go down here. I will say one thing about yellow being transparent that is awesome is you'll still be able to see your lines underneath when you're ready to outline. Now, one of the questions I get asked the most is, what are my favorite brushes? If you have that question and you're just joining me and you don't know the answer, I did a blog post one day. Well, I did a live video and turned it into a blog post. And it is up on the website, and it walks you through all my favorite paintbrushes. And here's what I'm going to tell you. They didn't all come from one pack. So over the last few years, I've found what I like. Like I like one from this pack and one from this pack, or the single ones that you can buy at Hobby Lobby. So they're not all the same. So don't let that discourage you. You don't have to buy them all at once. You may not even like the ones that I use. You may start painting and you might like something completely different. But the idea is go with what works for you. I'm not you have to use apple barrel paint or deco art or whatever. For me, it's more of use what you have access to and what's not going to stress you out. Because at the end of the day, that's why I paint, is to help not be stressed out. Alright, I'm trying to get in these little corners. I could have sized down a brush to do this, but since this isn't the final painting, I'm just kind of base coating, I'm not doing that. Just turning my brush, keep going. Alright, now I know I'm going to have some yellow over here, so let me put that over here. Thank you, Miss Ann. Alright. And where else do I have yellow? I think that's it. Alright, so I'm going to put the yellow paint down. I gotta watch the time. I have another live at 12, and then another one at 12:30. So my Tuesdays are usually from 11 to 12 on here. And next week, we will be finishing this. So if you're watching and you come back to watch later and it's not finished, that's on purpose. That's because I will be coming back next week to add all the details and make it amazing. What I'm doing right now is just kind of base coating. Friends, here's what I've found, and this may not be true for you, but for most of the people that I tend to work with, they don't have 2 hours to sit down and paint. So, but what they do have is they do have 30 minutes or an hour. So part of my goal in doing these 3-part series are to give you that grace and say, hey, you know what? If you can't do it all right now, that's okay. Do what you can now and come back later and finish. And what's awesome about having a project where you can do that is, let's say you're having a bad day, friends, go pick up your paint project. Go paint for a little while. Let that stress just kind of melt away. Use that as a time to pray, to ask God for help, to just kind of recenter yourself. All right, I'm painting over this little bit of blue because I went too far. But I'm just painting this white. Remember, we want thin layers. So if you have some thick layers, I want you to knock them down, make them thin. All right, let's see if I need to go farther. I think that looks about right. Excuse me. All right, so my glue bottle is also going to be white. So let me paint that. Yes, you can, totally. Go to the website. It is www.kinsleyscreativepalette.com. And you can sign up for free workshops there. You can buy templates. You can buy blanks if you want to. All of that is right there on the website. Easy peasy. All right, any more white? Nope, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to switch to orange. And this template, which is the School Supply Truck, is half off this month. So make sure you get it. It's only $2.50. If you're a member, it's only $1.25 because you have a coupon code. Yay! Jennifer, that's awesome. Now, friends, I do want to tell you that we have some stuff going on personally. And I posted last Thursday that we had We had a family emergency. We have some crazy stuff going on right now. So if you jump on Tuesday or Thursday and I am not here, please know that I'm very sorry, and that I will do my best to get back to painting as soon as I can. But you know, sometimes life gets in the way of what it is we have planned. All right, I'm gonna do this notebook up here, bright orange. Penny, I'm with you, which is why, so what I found is most of my newbies, which that's kind of my, you know, the people that I target is people who want to learn to paint or think that they can't, and they need that confidence boost. And so my thought behind the trucks, especially doing this one and then feeding into 2 more workshops, is, friends, you only have to cut 1. You only have to cut 1. Well, I guess technically you'd have to cut 2 because you'd want to paint 3 sides. But I also show you in the videos how to cut multiple at one time. So like one cut with the jigsaw or your scroll saw, whatever you want to use, and you're done. You can paint all 3 projects and even have some left over to like give away as gifts. All right, so that's that one. Let me paint some orange right here. So if you cut the truck, be watching, because then you can come back and flip it over and you can do the Halloween workshop with us, or the fall workshop, or both. All right, friends, if I get too much paint and I can't get it off with my brush, I will use my fingers to kind of knock it down. Yes, Connie, can you message me so I don't forget? Can you send me an email at either that or DM the page? I don't want to forget. All right, friends, when I'm base coating something like that has all this detail, I kind of go back and forth. I'm like, okay, let's do all the yellow, let's do all the orange, let's do all the pink, you know, whatever it is. Because what happens is there's so many colors that if you jump back and forth, you know, if I do a little bit of yellow and then a little bit of orange, and then it will take you forever. So I'm just trying to kind of cut down on time. So I try to hit all the places that need that color, and then I switch to another color. All right, I think that's all for the orange. Oh no, there's more. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate you, babe. Okay, I see one spot. I'm gonna size down a brush, grab some gray, because I see in here this needed to be gray. So friends, my goal for today, just so y'all know, is to get 1 coat of paint at least on everything. Then what I'm gonna do behind the scenes is over the next week, kind of like I told you, I might not have time to sit down and paint for 2 hours, but I will come back and I will put, you know, I'll paint for 15 minutes and put another coat of, you know, all the colors on. And friends, honestly, like being a busy mom and wife and trying to run a business and all the things, like, I'm with you. I don't necessarily have 2 hours to sit down and do it. And sometimes, like, my brain, it doesn't work that long. Like, it may be 5 o'clock in the morning and I might get up and I need to sit down and spend time with God and be creative and just all of that. So I will be working on this, not all live. So just so you know, like, if you come back next Tuesday and you're like, wait, you already finished base coating and you added more paint. Yes, I did. But I'm not gonna add detail. All I'm gonna do is make sure that I can get all of these coats of paint ready for detail, okay? So that's my disclaimer. This will sit on my paint table, and I always have some type of project going. This will sit on my paint table, and I will work on it as I can around my schedule. All right, I hear you. Okay, I just heard that in my head. I heard you say, I don't have room to leave it out. Okay, so I hear you, I see you. Here's what I want to tell you. I did another live. It's on the website as well. And it's all about when you have limited space, how to still be creative. So I showed you my quick setup if I need to travel or if I had to put all of my stuff away right after I painted. Guys, it's a 5-minute process. 5 minutes, set up and put it down. I love that you laughed. Did you laugh because you're like, yep, that's me. So if that's you, I hear you. Don't let that be an excuse. Friends, we are overcomers. We were made for more than excuses. Anybody? Am I preaching this morning? So don't tell me, oh, I can't do that because I don't have a space like you do. Hey, listen to me. The only reason I have a space is because this is my job. So I kind of have to have a space. But your kitchen table can be that space, and I can show you how to go from kitchen table to craft area and then back to kitchen table in 10 minutes flat. 5 minutes to set up, 5 minutes to take down. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No excuses. I need to know, was that a word for somebody? I feel like that might have been a word. All right, a little bit more orange. Friends, don't forget when you jump onto Sprinkle so you can be entered to win. I don't want to forget to tell y'all that. I think my orange is almost coated. I'm gonna go back. I've got 12 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep putting paint on. I'm gonna keep putting paint on until that time is up. Thank you, Miss Teresa. Oh, I love it. Oh, Kimberly, that's got to be hard. Are you using some of those tips then? Was that a word for you? All right, go back to the yellow because it's going to need another coat. He's so cute. So just so y'all know, when I first started sewing and crafting in general, I was sitting at my kitchen table all the time. And that was like way before I had kids or anything. And I remember, it was just me, so I could leave it out. But it always annoyed me because like I wanted my house to look nice. And I wish I would have known back then, like the little tips on, how to organize your craft supplies. And we didn't have Pinterest back then. So like I was, shooting from the hip. But yeah. So in saying that, I try to pass on any tips or whatever to y'all because I want you to not have excuses. There is no excuse. Hear me? Hear me? There's no excuse. All right, orange. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna freehand and you don't have to do this. You can draw yours on. Let me get some red. All right, here's the tip for you. When you go to red, use gloss. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do some red. How do you survive without me? Girl, right? Right? I don't know. How did we survive? Okay, I'm gonna draw this apple. You totally can trace it with your tracing paper, but I'm just, let's see, yep. I'm just putting this first coat of red on for this apple. Mine might look a little wonky because I'm freehanding it, but I'm gonna show myself some grace. All right, there's that part. Let me smooth it out. I'm still, yeah, I don't know how we survived. I remember going to a Chinese restaurant with a good friend of mine in Columbus, Georgia, when we lived there. Okay, Kimberly, let me get back to that. And I told her, oh my gosh, I stayed up all night last night on Pinterest. And she was like, what is Pinterest? And I'm like, okay, so I used to clip magazine articles, pictures, and I would file them. Friends, I legit used to file magazines. Please commit me now. Well, I told her, I said, it's basically like all the magazines, but it's virtual. And so it's funny because, like, I still remember when Pinterest started. Like, it was that big of a, wow, this is amazing. Why didn't I think of this? Okay, gloss red requires less coats. And yes, I feel you, babe. Sometimes we have to paint on our sofa, on a TV table. Hey, you do you, boo. You do you. Okay. I'm just adding my red everywhere it needs to be. You live 30 minutes from Columbus, Georgia? We lived there for not very long, a year-ish. But honestly, I met so many amazing people there, and I think it's because there were so many transplants because of the military. Uh-oh, looks like my internet's acting up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna grab some green. So friends, I'm just filling in colors, okay? If you're like, what is she doing? I'm just talking and filling in colors. Let's see. Oh, and friends, I use egg cartons, but I use them over and over again. So I don't like just use it and throw it away when you can. But just so you know, like I'm over here squirting in my egg carton. Now I did size down to a pretty small brush to do all this detail work. And this is gonna be green. I love the green and yellow, the crayon boxes. It's so fun. You are so welcome, Jennifer. You lived in Warner Robins. Yeah, that was really close too, wasn't it? My husband worked out on the military base in Columbus, Georgia for a while, or right outside of Columbus. He built, I believe, let me think, roadway project there. No, a tank and gunnery range. That's what he did. So he built a tank and gunnery range while we were in Columbus. And then we moved, I'm trying to think, how did that happen? No, it was a roadway project. It was a roadway project out on the military base. When we were in Savannah, in the Pooler area, that's when he built the tank and gunnery range. And what was kind of fun about that, Yes, Dawn, do it. Do it. Dawn, so all of my templates come with a letter size transfer, well, like a letter size printout, which is awesome to stick graphite paper underneath and trace onto either mixed media paper, canvas, whatever. Oh, Pat, I'm ready for you to start painting again too. So anyway, that would be super helpful for you if you want to start doing kids stuff, because you can use that transfer and just use graphite paper to, you know, put the design on. All right. Oh, but what I was going to say is the tank and gunnery range that we were talking about. My husband was a tanker in the military, and so then he got to, you know, build one of the ranges. So anyway, it was pretty neat. All kind of came full circle. Okay, so I'm gonna get some blue. Ooh, I got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. We get a little bit of blue, and then I'll probably stop. So friends, here's what's gonna happen behind the scenes between now and next week. I'm just gonna kind of keep painting. Let me show you where we're at. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of keep painting. I'm gonna put more and more coats on and get it ready so that next week I can show you how to make it pop and how to make it look more 3D and just have some dimension, okay? So I'm gonna put a little bit of blue paint in a couple areas, and then I'm gonna hop off. And friends, I should be here on Thursday, unless something happens and I have to take my little guy up to the doctor in Columbus. Unless that happens, then I will be here. What kind of Lazy Susan? Girl, it's the kind from Walmart. They're like $8 at Walmart. They're also in my Amazon affiliate store. I have a link to them, but I love, as Miss Elizabeth Mully calls it, my Spinny Sue. Instead of Lazy Susan, it's my Spinny Sue. Alright. Almost done. I still need to go back and put purple. Oh, I missed a spot with green. Alright. That should be good. Okay, purple and brown and pink. Those are the 3 colors I still have. No, that is not the only truck on my site. Not sure how. I've never seen. Oh, Angel, you're so precious. Thank you. Yeah, you'll have to join me again. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11, unless something happens. But no, there's a ton of trucks on my site, and there's more coming. And in case you missed it, we are doing 2 $10 workshops coming up, and they will both be trucks, which are super fun. So we have this truck, and then we're doing 2 more. One of them is, there's a U-Haul truck out front. That's weird. Huh. One of them is Halloween, and the other one, I'm trying to think, what is it? Halloween and fall. So come back and paint those with us. All right, friends, I'm gonna have to jump off, but I will see you guys on Tuesday. It was great hanging with y'all today. Bye, friends.